Hi lads, so carrying on there with our exponential functions, right? So we're just going to be dealing here with graphs and what it looks like as a function. So far we've come across linear functions, which will be a straight line, quadratic functions, which would be a U shape or an N shape, cubic, which have two turning points. Now we're going to have a look at exponential functions. So how would you recognize these? The main two ways that I want you to be able to recognize these are, if you look at the function, you'll see that the x is the power up here. Okay, the x is the power. Also, there's a rapid increase or rapid decrease, okay? So it starts off fairly flat and then shoots up very, very quickly, okay? What are some examples from real life? A cell growth, how it would be multiplying, population growth, or radioactive decay, okay? So the two ways I want you to recognize them: look at the function itself, you'll see that the x is in the power, or if you can see the graph, there's a rapid increase or decrease, okay? There's just one word I want to mention there, it's asymptote, okay? So I don't know if you've heard that before. So the x-axis is an asymptote to any of these graphs. So what that means is that any exponential function, it gets closer and closer and closer to the x-axis, but it actually never crosses it. Okay, it gets closer and closer to the x-axis, but never crosses it. That's just a point for you to know. Okay, so the two main things I'm going to be looking at for our exponential functions, we'll just spend one day on them, lads, are the y-intercept and is it increasing or decreasing. So the y-intercept, could you tell me what the y-intercept is? It's where it crosses, so where it crosses the y-axis. And what do we know when anything crosses the y-axis? X is equal to 0. Okay, but we have a shortcut way of getting it just from looking at my function here. The y-intercept is whatever is just the number before the one with the power. Okay, so it's whatever number is just here before the one with the power. Okay, and that's my y-intercept. So let's have a look at a couple of examples. What is the y-intercept in this one? Well, the 2 has a power on it, so we'll leave that alone. So the y-intercept is going to be 3. So it's going to be 0, 3. How could I work that out in a bit of a longer way? If I let x equal 0. Okay, so this is the long way. Now the shortcut is just look at whatever's before it. So it'll be y is equal to 3 multiplied by 2 to the power of 0. Remember log rules. Anything to the power of 0 is 1, so that's the multiplying, so you get 3. Okay, so which is what we got here. Let's have a look at this one. What number is, so this is one has a power in it, so don't worry about that one. It's the one before it. So if there's nothing in front of it, it's a 1. So whereas this cross the y-axis, 0, 1. So that's the y-intercept. Okay, you can work it out the long way if you want by subbing in 0, and you'll get out 1 for that one. Okay, so the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is whatever is sitting on front of the one with the power. Okay, it's sitting on front of it. So you ignore that one, it's whatever's one is here. The other thing I want to look at then is my graph increasing. So increasing will be shooting up like that, or decreasing is coming down like that. Okay, so it's increasing if this is bigger than 1, or this is positive. And it's decreasing if this is less than 1 or your power is negative. Okay, so let's have a look here. So is this increasing or decreasing? Well, I'm all positive here and I'm bigger than 1, so I'm increasing. Here I have a half. Well, so if it's less than 1, I'm decreasing. So that one is decreasing. Over here, well, this is bigger than 1, so that's fine. However, I have a minus power, so if I have a minus power, I'm decreasing. Okay, so I'm just going to go through another couple of examples, just doing those two things, right? So I'm going to get the y-intercept first. Remember, the y-intercept is whatever is sitting on front of it. So if there's nothing there, it's a 1. And remember, that's multiplying. So the y-intercept is 0, 1. Here, again, 0, 1, 0, 2, because it's sitting on front of it here. Y-intercept here, 0, 6. Y-intercept here, 0, 4. Y-intercept here, 0, 2. Y-intercept down here, well, you ignore the one with the x on it, whatever is sitting in front of it, which is a 1. So the dash means multiplying, okay? So 0, 1. Now, you ignore these ones, what's sitting in front of it, a 1 again, 0, 1. And this one again, 0, 1. So they're all crossing at 0, 1. Down here, what's sitting in front of it, 0, 100. Here, 0, 0.2. And this one, there's a 1 in front of it, 0, 1. So that's the y-intercept for all of those ones. Okay, so that's where it's crossing the y-axis. The next thing I'm going to look at, is it increasing, going upwards, or decreasing, coming down? So here I'm bigger than 1 and I'm positive, so I'm increasing. Because this is bigger than 1 and I'm positive, bigger than 1, positive, increasing. Moving along here. So let's look at the 2 to the power of x. This is bigger than 1 and I'm positive, so increasing. Here, 3 to the power of x. So the 3 is bigger than 1 and I'm positive, so increasing. Down here, and now this is bigger than 1, so that's fine. But I have a minus with the power, so that is decreasing. Okay, that's how you spot the ones that are decreasing. Or if this number here is less than 1. This is less than 1, so this one is decreasing. This number here is less than 1, so this is decreasing. This number is bigger than 1, so it's fine. However, I have a minus power. That means I am decreasing. Down here, let's look at the one with the power is, oh, it's less than 1, so I'm decreasing. I'm bigger than 1, so that's fine. However, I have a minus with the power, so that is decreasing. And I have a minus with the power, so that's also decreasing. Okay, so that's my exponential functions, lads. I'm going to spend one day on it. What I have here are this is your homework, right? Page 483, question 1 to 4, 6 and 7. I'm giving you some hints and I'll put them up on Google Classroom there, because this is really one that I would like to do in school, but obviously we can't. So I just have some hints for you, so that you'll get through the homework all right. Okay, thanks lads.